Welcome back to another video, guys. Today we are here at Potong Pasir. I'm here with Jitin. He owns this BMC Teammachine SLR01. So Jitin, over to you, man.
Hi guys. So I've got a BMC Teammachine SLR01 2021 model. This is the third iteration of the BMC Teammachine since it was launched in 2010. The bike is one of the BMC's all-round machines. It's as you can see, this version has a little bit of a aero profile to it, but it's still very lightweight. It's used in the pro peloton. It's the go-to bike for the team. What I've also got here is a force access, SRAM force access 2x12 group set. I'm running that purely because I think it sort of matches. It's got the black chainring, which sort of matches with the bike. But really, in terms of performance, it's no different from the SRAM Red Access one, apart from a little bit of weight. I also chose these wheels. Back last year when I bought them, the Princeton Carbon Works were a very small little unknown company before they sort of signed up with Ineos Grenadiers, and now it's sort of boomed and everybody's sort of looking for these wheels. So I think back when I got these in September last year, maybe there were only 3 or 4 people in Singapore who had these wheels. And apart from that, I mean, you'll see in terms of the saddle, you know, it's just that's something that's personal. Same with the pedals, the Look pedals for me, in terms of, you know, weight as well as in terms of just functionality. I sort of prefer them over Shimano's. And just apart from that, I suppose what I really like about the bike is the AeroCore bottle cages, because they're very, very they're integrated, and I didn't have to really shop up bottle cages. They're carbon. They sort of, you know, match with the bike, and they sort of, you know, fit any kind of bottle. So that's pretty much it, I suppose.
Can I ask, what is your height and what's the size of the frame?
Oh yeah, correct. So it's this is a 56. I'm 180 cm. And I think, you know, it's just a nice size for me. I suppose I could have gone down to 54, but that probably would have been just a little more cramped. So I sort of enjoy this. It's got a 110 cm stem, 110 mm stem, and a 42 mm handlebar.
And how long have you owned this bike?
So I got this. It's just a little over a year. So I got it in September last year.
How does it perform on the hills and the flats? Anything that you think could have been different on the bike?
So it's really, really stiff. That's the best thing about this bike. I suppose, you know, it's a personal choice, as well as, you know, how you ride. You can't really compare a bike to a bike, in my opinion. Say BMC Teammachine to a Specialized SL7. They're very different sort of bikes. I think for me, it's so stiff. It helps me go faster, no doubt. It also helps me climb better, because also I think I've got lightweight wheels. I don't have very deep section wheels, so that helps. But I think in terms of climbing, it sort of begs you to go faster. Climbing, absolutely no issues, and descending is even more fun.
So now coming back to the accessories, I see you have really small lights.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about the lights?
These are the Exposure Tracer lights. They're a British brand, Exposure, and they do some really, really good lights. And there are several settings. So I usually ride very early in the morning in the dark. By the time I come back home, it's, you know, 7 o'clock, just about, you know, light. So they really help me, and I think I keep the brightest setting at the back so that, you know, cars behind can see me. So they're really light, they're really lightweight, they're very small. They're sort of, you know, you can't really see them, so I kind of like them that way. That's why, yeah. Okay, so I'm running Continental GP5000 tubeless tires. I think, in my opinion, I've been riding Continental GP5000 for over 4 years now, and on clinchers earlier until I moved to this bike, and I haven't had a puncture at all. So far in this last year, I haven't had a puncture at all. They're tubeless, they're perfect, they're really comfortable. The best thing about this bike is also with the tires and with the wheels, the bike is very comfortable. It doesn't feel jarring, it doesn't feel, you know, very, very uncomfortable. I've done 200 kilometers plus rides on this several times, and I still feel very comfortable.
Okay, we'll move on to the Instagram Q&A. You guys have submitted your questions. If you want to submit more questions, follow me on Instagram. Reviewers say that the wheel set only makes a difference over 45 kilometers per hour.
I suppose that's what, technically people do say that, and they're riding at that speeds. I mean, if you're riding at lower speeds, it would, from my perspective, if I compare this to another wheel set that I have, the Campi Bora WTO 45s, for me, both wheel sets sort of perform quite well. It depends on the bike, it depends on the riding style. I think these hold up very well in the crosswinds. They do accelerate very well as well. So again, I mean, only on sort of long straights and empty stretches would you be going over 45.
Did you buy it from Integrated Riding? If not, where?
No, I did not get it from Integrated Riding. I got it from One Bike Asia, who's the other BMC dealer in Singapore.
Does this bike come in one full set, or do you have to buy the parts separately?
This particular bike, the way I bought it was just the frame, and I bought everything else separately. One Bike Asia is also the dealer for Princeton Carbon Works wheels, so I got that from them as well. You can buy the SLR01 stock models that there are set up already with wheels, with the group sets and everything else, but I just chose to sort of select my own sort of components.
Why is the handlebar and stem painted red? This is my question. So if you were to swap out the stem and handlebar, right, if you were to get a different color, obviously it will destroy the whole paint.
No, so the BMC, the way they designed the model, the modular frame was with that aero sort of handlebar and stem combination and the integrated manner. If you swap that out, they have the ICS. This is the ICS2. There is the ICS model as well, which comes as a separate stem and a separate handlebar. So you could have that. That is available on the BMC Teammachine SLR versions, but the O1 comes with this, and obviously I think it sort of looks really cool, looks very nice. Not many bikes out there have sort of a different sort of painted stem and handlebar.
Why Teammachine and why not Timemachine Road?
So Timemachine Road is a pure aero bike. It's slightly on the heavier side, and it's aero. While BMC, what they did with the Teammachine, and this Teammachine was launched a year after the Timemachine that was launched, they actually borrowed some of the aero profiles from the Timemachine and put it in here, particularly the bottle cages, a little bit of the aero profiles on the fork and the down tubes. So all in all, this bike is the all-rounder. So for me, I wanted an all-round bike. I'm not out to go fast. I just want to enjoy riding. So yes, sometimes we'd like to go fast, but sometimes you want to climb and you want to enjoy your ride. So that's why I like this one.
What is the weight?
This is exactly 7.6 kgs with the lights.
Is it called a Teammachine if you don't ride in a team?
Well, I suppose it's just the manner, the way they sort of developed it and launched it. It is like I said, the bike of choice for the teams that ride this bike in the peloton, and that's why it's a Teammachine.
Why is the stack so high?
That's because it's a size 56. If you look at the specs, it does have a higher stack. I think I've also got a few spacers in there, and that's just from a comfort perspective. I could go lower, but I don't want to be breaking my back while riding. I just want to enjoy the ride, so that's why I've got that spacers. But yeah, that's why the stack seems high on this, particularly because of the spacers.
That's about it, guys. Jitin, thank you so much for coming down and showing us your bike. Hope to see you on the road, man.
Thanks a lot, and ride safe.